This tweed doesn't come cheap. I need £10,000. Now, Paul Whitewick has jumped on the bandwagon of can you find a Roman ford for £10,000 as set by the challenge set by the Roman Roads Research Association. Now, I'm not confident I can claim it yet, but I think I've got a possible candidate. So, what Paul Whitewick has done is he has picked some known places and gone and investigated them. I think Mike knows about them. I think if they were Roman fords, then Mike wouldn't be saying that he doesn't think there aren't any. I think if there are any Roman fords in the UK, it's going to be on the Roman B roads. It's going to be the places that no one's actually thought of. So my Roman ford candidate is nowhere near any of the ones that have currently been proposed, but on what I think might be a little link road between two or even maybe three much bigger Roman roads. What I'm wondering about is this long track that goes along here. So you'll notice that there's a very long straight line here, which is Derwent Avenue as it comes out of Allestree. It's actually quite visible on LiDAR as it goes down here, but you can see the tree line. It disappears as it crosses the river, but I wouldn't be too worried about that because this bit here is a turf farm. So that means it is very heavily landscaped, far more heavily landscaped than most fields would be. This field here, you'll notice it's got a diagonal feature. I have reasons to believe that that is a paleo channel within times of human occupation in the area. It's rather a long story, but bits of this parish are found here on old maps, which makes no sense when the river's here. And then the line continues here into Bredsall. And when we get to here, Moor Road, or approximately that, is a Roman road. There's also a very interesting feature there. That is a bit of a mystery that I've been discussing on social media lately. Some people think it's just a field boundary, other people think that's ridiculous, it's huge. You can see it on there, it is huge. But let's go the other way. So we go beyond Derwent Avenue and the line seems to disappear, but that's actually from how the place is built up in modern times. I think it might be this footpath here or something along here is actually a very old route that is called the Portway, which is commonly associated with Roman roads. Its exact track has been a bit distorted by the growth of Allestree. This loop here is very old. And I think Allestree might have used to be more of a crossroads, but yeah, this has changed over hundreds of years. It sort of goes past Blenheim Drive, I think. This school here is called Portway School because it's got Portway on it. The Portway, I think it might be that tree line there. It then resumes there, goes across this housing estate, and possibly goes up Kedleston Road. Kedleston Road here is a turnpike, but it is disputed how much was there before then. But if I go back to here, there is a disputed route of a Roman road in the area, but Woodlands Road is a reasonable candidate. West Bank Road is possible as well. It might actually be all the way over here. There are people who believe it's all the way over here somewhere and doesn't go through Allestree at all, but I don't believe that was always the case. But anyway, what we've got is some sort of track that definitely goes from Derwent Avenue to Bredsall. Derwent Avenue is old. On the 1737 map, there are some weird, long, thin fields along here that basically enclose Derwent Avenue just next to it. There might have been more like there, but there was definitely something there. So yeah, this line is hundreds of years old at least. And then the other thing, if I zoom in here, the river is really wide here. You can see it's got lots of gravel. I will show you photos, possibly in the thumbnail, possibly in the video, that there's something weird there. Having spoken to local fishermen, they say there's something weird about the river there. There was probably a ford there, but the ford hasn't been there for probably 300 plus years. Ford Lane is here, and the old ford, as it's fairly well known, was basically under the modern bridge. Oi. Oi. Oh, come on. Oh, never mind, I'm stuck with a Google Map overlay thing now. But hopefully nearly done. So, yeah, the ford for Ford Lane was there. But I think that the river has moved. Again, 1737 map has the river channel coming straight down here. And I think the ford was there. But if that's where the ford was then, was there another one there? That's rather close together. Or was that ford a significantly older one? I mean, if the river was over here, then there wouldn't have been a ford there at all. But I think there being a ford there at some point seems likely. I think the river channel seems wider there. Yeah. There's no sign of a bridge there. I don't think there is. I don't think there's signs of any large blocks there. I need to investigate this field, but again, I'm not seeing any signs of a bridge. As you can see here, there's lots of paleo channels. We don't know which one was the Roman one, or if there were multiple during Roman times. So we know that the river was down there 300 years ago. I'm even wondering if a ford there is what blocked it off and made it take the other channel. But down here, who knows? Maybe it was there in Roman times, maybe it was there, maybe it was there. Unfortunately, because all of this doesn't have that hedge line in it, we don't know. First video I've used a voiceover on, hope this works. Here is a picture of the possible crossing in question. This is looking from the south of the Derwent to the north. And here is the bit in the middle where there's lots of gravel. So what do you think? Is it possible there was a Roman ford here? Do I get 10 grand? You decide.